Hi, I'm Brittany Hodak. I'm a customer experience expert, keynote speaker, and author of Creating Superfans. And I've partnered with iTel to answer your questions about how to turn your followers into superfans. Today's question is, how can I create a superfan with every customer interaction without adding cost or time to the call? Now, the first thing I'm going to say is you're not always going to be able to turn a customer into a superfan. And that's an important thing to remember. If something has gone terribly wrong, the best in many cases that you can hope for is to give someone the support that they need and help them be a little less irate. Now, that's not to say that when you make a mistake, it's impossible to turn someone into a superfan. In fact, there's been a lot of research around something called the service recovery paradox, which states that a customer can actually become more engaged, and oftentimes does become more engaged, when something has gone wrong and is then fixed than if nothing had ever gone wrong at all. So while it is impossible to turn things around, the first thing to know is that there will be some people who are just not the right fit for your brand. It could be because there's a misalignment in their expectations and your goals. It could be because something just went so terribly wrong that they're not willing to give you another choice. It could be a whole host of other reasons. Now, let's talk about those people that we can turn into superfans. I am a huge believer that there are only 3 types of interactions that someone has with your call center. At the end of the call, they're going to feel better, worse, or exactly the same as before they called you. That's it. Those are the 3 options: better, worse, or exactly the same. Did the call exceed their expectations? Did it not meet their expectations? Or was it about what they were expecting? If you can train every one of your call center employees to embrace this reality and teach them to look for ways to elevate those neutral calls into positive ones, you're going to start to create superfan customers. Now, here's the thing about turning people into superfans. It happens in the human moments, in those relational elements. This is not something that's going to happen because you're writing a better script. This is something that's going to happen because there's more empathy in your team members. You've trained them to be attuned not just to what your customer is saying, but to perhaps what they're not saying, to ask the questions to get beyond the surface, to elevate something that would otherwise be negative into something that's neutral, or to take something neutral and elevate it into a positive space so that you're leaving every customer better than you found them. Now, oftentimes this will add no time at all to a call. It's just about asking the right questions. Sometimes it might add a little bit more time, but that time is worth it, and you will see a very positive ROI. They're going to come back again, or they're going to spend more money the next time they come back because they feel a connection to your brand. Treat it as the marketing and advertising and sales opportunity as it is. Your contact center isn't a cost center, it's a value center. It's an opportunity for ambassadors to get real, direct, up close, undivided attention from your prospects and your customers. Train them to use it as such, to talk about the value, to help answer questions, to explain things so that that customer ends the call more engaged with your brand, more understanding of your brand, and more excited about their connection to your brand than they were even before they called in. If you can do that, you will create superfans in almost every instance where it's possible,